Yo, what up YouTube? So we back with another banger of a video, and today the video that we've chosen is when Nighthawk almost defeated the whole Avengers Assemble. Now yes, this was a video I was thinking of for a while, but like I'm looking kind of tired, so this one might be shorter, but expect to get like longer form content, you know what I mean, throughout the weeks. So hope y'all enjoy and see y'all at the end game. Then we pop in, we just see the helicarrier, and all the Avengers are basically on the helicarrier. And they're here to see if they could find all the Infinity Stones. And we're not even a couple minutes into it, and we already got a dick riding ass nigga in here.
Well, especially you, Sam. It is? But I'm nobody special.
Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider!
And surprise, surprise, nobody's real favorite, the Falcon, is getting glazed. Like, wow, anybody can get glazed out here, for real, for real. And this nigga looking perplexed. This nigga was like, oh, he's talking to me? So bro wanted the Falcon to leave the Avengers for some G-League ass team. But the Falcon is forever an Avenger. And he tries to persuade bro, so he basically calls him useless since the Avengers already have a nigga in a suit. Which is true, like, that nigga is keeping it a beam. So the helicarrier somehow gets fucked up and now it's hurling straight towards Chicago. And may the Lord bless Chicago, because Chicago had to deal with Vaughn, now they gotta deal with this shit. Yeah, just send a prayer for bro. So everybody's getting assigned a job so they could basically park this bitch in the ocean. But I'm not gonna even lie, the Falcon was getting sat out while Hawkeye and Black Widow got to see playing time.
God damn! God damn! God damn!
He was even getting bitched by the guy that was just glazing him. So they're looking back at the footage from the engine and they figure out that someone had done this. But who? Somebody who's so mysterious, tall, intelligent, probably has a glimmering six-pack. Yeah, it had to be Batman. It had to be Batman. It had to be Batman.
Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider! Dick Rider!
So the Falcon trying to ask Iron Man a serious question, but obviously Tony Stark, he starts making jokes and says the only reason why bro's on the team is because his mom's got the cookies. But they get an alert that Hydra is breaking into the museum. Then we see Hydra blow down this whole museum. Like, damn, a nigga was just trying to go see some artifacts, but shit. Then we see for not yet another time, this nigga gets absolutely hoed. How the hell is Black Widow and Hawkeye getting more playing time than you? My nigga, you are that sorry?
This nigga is trash.
So bro basically gets stuck at civilian duties, and bro, hear what the civilian said to him.
50, please move along.
Let's go. There are real Avengers over there.
Not gonna even lie, as a real nigga, I have to run a fade with you at this point. Then we see Thor get this little rune stuck to his hammer, and then we obviously that Hulk is just trying to get a face, so we jump up, hit him with a WWE slam down. But then we see bro covered in Thanos' nut. Then we see Black Widow and Hawkeye, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been hating on them for a minute, but bro, these two people still got hands though. You don't just make the Avengers with having no hands.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
But nah, y'all gotta see this Captain America bag. Captain America throw his shield off the backflip, catches that bitch, jumps in the air, hits this nigga with a gut check, throws his shield, catches that bitch, and then throws it with all his might, breaking this nigga into two. Then we see this nigga the Hulk, and he out here leaning, bro. He got this nigga off that devious ass lean. Then this nigga ends up taking a sleep on a concrete. And Falcon basically pulling it out that he knows everything that's happening and why the reasons that they're happening. Then all we see is Black Widow getting spoken to in some type of Russian language in her ear, and bro, she's getting that Blue 41 ad type treatment that the Winter Soldier got, and now she ended up taking a fat ass nap on the floor just like Hulk. Then we see my man's Nighthawk, and this nigga is gleaming, showing all his 32s. He's really happy to slime these niggas out for real. So bro sends one down, and then we see this nigga Hawkeye, and bro, this nigga's contingency plan was so ass. This shit had me straight laughing. This nigga legit just really had booby trapped arrows, and this shit blew up in his face, and now this nigga took a nap on the floor. So the EMP rocket that was meant for Iron Man ended up missing and then hit in this building, knocking all the lights out. So we back at the Avengers Tower, and then all we see is Nighthawk, and he's on that straight time and had this nigga Cheesin. I've never seen a nigga this glee to kill niggas. But nah, y'all that call Iron Man a genius, Jarvis basically told him that there was an intruder and he was after the Helio Cube. And you guess what he does? He takes that bitch out, holds it in his hand, and he got no suit on, so you know that shit is just easy pickings. Nighthawk comes in rolling and hits my man Iron Man, and it makes his heart reactor a basic magnet, so he can't move anymore. And nah, bro, these niggas start throwing up the dukes, and they got my brother Captain America looking crazy.
Who are you? I'm Nighthawk.
Ooh, that brother's floating in the air. How could his hands do this? Oh, someone get him out the air.
And Nighthawk acquires the Helio Cube and makes a W play, capturing Captain America in a force field thing. And the Falcon in this universe is supposed to be a genius. And bro, he decides to hit one of the most prehistoric fight tactics I've ever seen. This nigga just grunted at the nigga and ran at him like, ooh, Falcon's coming at me, stupid ass. Not gonna lie, you set us back a couple generations with this one, my nigga. So bro, now threatening to cut New York into two. And haven't these people already been through enough from 9/11, crackhead, Hawaiians? And I can't even forget the fact that these niggas will legit jump you for a parking spot. Yeah, I just saw that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? All that shit's already fucked up, gang. You don't gotta do all this, gang. So the nigga wants, yes, us, to submit. And when he was yapping about himself, the Falcon makes the jump on this nigga. Yeah, but I also forgot to tell you guys that this was the same guy that was in the, like, SHIELD agent that was glazing the Falcon, which, you know what I mean, it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? I know this nigga had to have an ulterior motive, like, who the fuck would really give a fuck about the Falcon, gang? Now we gonna break this down. Falcon throws these projectiles and misses somehow. Nighthawk throws these discs and Falcon weaves all three of them. Falcon returns the blow and gets that shit blocked. Nighthawk throws up some more because, you know, why the hell not? Falcon makes a W play and got this nigga Nighthawk underneath a piece of rock. But Falcon let his guard down and he gets his shit absolutely rocked. Boy thought that this shit was sweet. Nighthawk is not no lame ass nigga. But then my nigga Iron Man beams this nigga, and bro, I'm not gonna even lie. Nighthawk was low-key handling all these niggas. Like, how is he out here weeping all y'all shit and y'all all came here to jump him? Then this nigga gets off guarded by Black Widow, so that shit went downhill real quick. And now Hulk and Thor are here. Yeah, just call this shit a failure and go ahead and pack it up.
That don't work. There's no way out of this one.
So then the Avengers, you know, blah, 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 end up saving the day, and the Falcon ends up getting this nigga on a crazy lick, I'm not gonna lie to you. So we're on the helicarrier, and then we see my nigga Nick Fury, and he's talking mad shit to Nighthawk. Like, he's talking too crazy, like, Nick Fury, cool it down a bit, bitch. If he walks right past this gate and he had nothing stopping him right now, nigga, he'd be beating your ass. But just like Batman, my man Nighthawk is always a step ahead. And he had Hyperion pull up and pick him up, and they could do nothing but just sit here and point their guns at glass. But now we at the end of the video, and there really is no edit for the week, because like nobody has edits for Nighthawk, because you know what I mean, like who really knows Nighthawk like that? But there was really no main lesson in this like whole series, and I feel like the only way you can get this is like by just seeing it in your own eyes. And I think what I was trying to say before, because I like pre-recorded this and it was so ass, I just had to redo it again, gang. But it's just that like when you're doing stuff, like Nighthawk was trying to do something to the world to basically further it, but he was doing it in the wrong ways. So like when you're in this world, make sure to like when you're trying to further something, like try to do it in a good way, try to do it in a way that won't hurt other people and necessarily doesn't break other people down. Just kind of, you know, build each other up and build everybody in strength, instead of just having this one moral conduct like, oh yeah, like if I'm gonna be here, everybody has to be down here, like everybody has to be beneath me. But you know what I mean, this is the end of the video, and I hope that y'all liked and enjoyed it. I hope that y'all, you know, go mess with all the other vids and you know what I mean, sleep, have a blessed day. I mean, I'm mad tired, it's like 1 a.m. right now, but like I really hope that y'all have like a amazing day, and I hope that the Lord bless y'all, and see y'all in the next one.